Hello everybody, welcome back to Snapshot Streak, and today we're looking at Snapshot 23W07A, and today we finally have archaeology and Sniffer. Now that's amazing, but anyway, let's go through the patch notes now. So, the changes today. Jukeboxes have now been added to, not sure how to say that word, with Bedrock. I think party or something, I'm not sure. It's not American now. Horse breeding has been added. Not in the way you think. It's like it's been changed. They said added, but whatever. And updated the realm screen to be more in line with the single or multiplayer screens. Anyway, let's go in for this. Let me talk to you while on the way. So, the recipe unlocking. The crafting table recipe is now automatically unlocked upon creating a new world. The crossbow recipe is no longer unlocked by 6, and the soul campfire is no longer unlocked by 6. So that's interesting. Right, now let's go into the jukebox here. So when playing a music disc, I'm gonna change my view mode. So while playing a music disc, the jukebox will emit a redstone signal of 15, as shown here. That opens this little door here. Pretty cool, isn't it? So that's a bat here, I'm sure. Anyway, and then when you take it out, it stops. Pretty interesting. I can see it's being used for like a lot of like hidden passageways, stuff like that. But obviously, you have to use a lot of redstone stuff like that. But I think I can see that used a lot in future things. Mumbo Jumbo, I'm pretty sure you'll love that. And droppers and hoppers can now interact with jukeboxes. I don't have one. Can't wait. But yeah, if there was a hopper here, or dropper, you can click a lever and you'll put it in there, and then, again, another use for redstone. Right, let's go into horses now. Let's go to here. So, while breeding horses, the baby's speed, jump height, and health is no longer biased to the average. Now, I think we could actually... Yeah, it's not used for breeding. I'm stupid. But anyway, they did this thing. This was to be done to make horses breeding a viable way to get great horses if they put enough time into the horses. I didn't put enough time into the horses, so I messed up, but whatever. Right, let's get to some technical changes, and then we'll get into the actual stuff. So, technical changes. The vanilla resource pack EN_US language file is now sorted alphanumerically by key. A new recipe serializer crafting_decorated pot has now been added for the new decorated pot recipe. Added show notification field to recipes. And accepts a boolean when determined if the notification is shown when unlocking a recipe, and the default is true if not specified. Interacting entities. A new type of entity that records attacks, left click, and interactions, right click. These are invisible and of a custom size. Now the fields are width, which is the width of the entity's bounding box, default is 1. The height, which is the height of the entity's bounding box, which default is also 1. The attack is the records of the last attack of the enemy. Interaction is the records last interaction of the enemy. Response is the boolean specifying if interacting should trigger a response. Default is false. Action format. When this is stored, it has 2 fields. The player, the UUID in standard internet array format of the player performing the action, and the timestamp is the timestamp of the game tick when the event happened, which is stored as long. Advancement triggers. This is interacting with an interaction entity triggers the player interacting with an entity, and attacking an interaction entity triggers player her entity. Execute on interactions. This entity targets the last player who interacted with it, which makes the following possible. Execute on an attacker. Execute as the last player who attacked the entity. And execute on target, which executes as the last player who interacted with the entity. Right, now let's get into experimental features. So, before we get into this, I'm just going to take off my jumper if you don't mind. Because I'm getting very hot. Britain sucks, that's all. It's getting quite hot here. So for no reason. Alright, anyway. So, they added the Sniffer, they added a Cherry Grove biome, and they added archaeology. Let's go into the Sniffer first. Here's the Sniff. So the Sniffer mob is now available, and it's the winner of the mob vote in 2022 and the first ancient mob in quotation marks. They can't be tempted or tamed, they are passive friendly mobs, and they sniff air occasionally and dig for seeds. And here he is massive. I think it's about 2 blocks tall. Let's have a look. Actually, no, like maybe a bit more than 2 blocks. He's like 2 blocks and a bit. Actually, no, it's definitely 2 blocks, but stop sniffing me. Anyway, they also got torch flower and torch flower seeds. I'm gonna turn down that bit. Right, so torch flower is now available as an experimental feature, and it's a seed that can be planted on farmland and grow into a flower. The seed can be used to breed sniffers. So I'll show you this. Go on there, on there. They should be breeding, right? Oh, there we go. And there we go, the little baby sniffer. Will you get out of the way, please? Yep, there we go. And he's about a block tall, which is pretty interesting. Right, let me get out of here to get away from the commotion for a bit. And this is the torch flower, by the way. It's pretty cool. And the seed can be breed sniffers, and a full glowing flower can be harvested and replanted, and can also be used for dye, which makes orange dye, as you know, it's torch flower, so makes sense. Also may have some relevance to torch with, but you never know. Right, oh, it's raining. I mean, it's kind of Britain, so it makes sense, but anyway, the Cherry Grove biome. They've added a Cherry Grove biome with pretty blossom trees, and they can be found in mountains like meadows. Right, the Pink Petals block, which is here. It's added a new block with lots of pink flowers on the, which can be found on the ground. If I go over here, no, yeah. That's what they look like. Pretty small, actually. I wanna go away. Ah, this is iron doors, you idiots. That's better. Right. Yes. Can you guys like? It's like no space in here. Right. Anyway, apart from that, there's also the cherry wood set. You might have seen this a bit. And yeah, they've added a new cherry wood set with the wooden things you can make with it. And by the way, you will need 1.20 experimental features enabled to see all this stuff, I believe, unless they mean something else, but I'm not sure. Anyway, archeology, the brush. So the brush is now a craftable item used to brush things, and you may have seen this. You guys are getting in the way. So you now have suspicious sand. Now, desert temples. Shut up. Desert temples and desert wells now contain suspicious sand, and this is fragile and hard to spot. As you see here, I have normal sand and then suspicious sand. Now you see that there's a bit of a difference, but you can't really make out a difference unless you actually look really hard enough. And brushing the sand extracts ancient objects. You just no, you know that, but that's fragile. I'm not sure how to brush. I think it's like a right click. Oh no, yeah. I'm stupid, yeah, so look, you right click, and it digs. You can't dig normal sands. Actually, you can dig it like door blocks, but it doesn't really do anything. I'll dig you. Okay, don't do that. Right, let's be back in here. I've messed that up. Right, pottery shards. So, they've, pottery shards can have pictures of them, as seen here, and brushing these. No, sorry, it cannot be crafted, and I found by brushing suspicious sand. Now, decorated pots, the last thing here. Crafting 4 pottery shards together makes these cool pots. What's going on? Why can't I make the pots? I need the recipe book to help me. It's not coming up. I'm a bit confumbled here. Anyway, it says here though that crafting 4 pottery shards together will create a decorated pot with a picture on each side. You can also use brick items instead of pottery shards in the decorated pot recipe. And the sides that are made from the brick items have no pictures. And to smash a pot with any tool, so this is going to be a diamond pickaxe, an axe, a shovel I think, and that's how you can get these shards back. But if you just like hit it with your fist, like pick it up with your fist, you will be able to pick it up without breaking it. And you would never guess this. They like fix bugs. Like honestly, that is kind of a sad news because you know bugs are like a big thing in Minecraft. Like I remember like the never portal bug, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, enough of that. I have to store these guys down in my little thing here. Hold on. Actually, let me put some away. Yeah, I'll have to. I can't get over all doors. As I was saying, yeah, I'll have to put my little friends down here. So you've only got the camels right now. They're still here. Little smug faces. Stop staring at me. Why you? Okay. But yeah, I've still got my little camels here. I got a small enclosure, but I think there's a nice enclosure. I might actually have to like dig it out a bit more because there's not really that much space like I thought there was. But yeah, there's kind of like they're kind of like having. No, I won't finish that sentence. Anyway, yeah, you guys have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, yes, this little bit here was actually meant for the Sniffer. So yeah.